My name is Dr. Raushanah Najeeullah. I am a naturopathic doctor in practice for 15 years. I graduated from Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine, now known as Sonoran University.
Tell us a little bit about your practice.
My focus is mainly in cancer patients that are under medical oncology care. So it is truly integrative medicine because both conventional and other types of modalities are used in conjunction. Some of my modalities of choice are homeopathy because it doesn't interact with anything, and botanical medicine and a little bit of the eclectic and nature cure modalities, but that's case by case, customized, and it just depends on the person and what they need.
What were you feeling most frustrated with before the six-figure Speaking Makeover Mentorship?
So before the mentorship, because I do have a corporate position, it's like a non-clinical physician's position in a corporate world. I was just taking patients as they came through word of mouth because I would have patients that I treated in the past who would have, unfortunately, friends and families who would also be diagnosed with cancer, and they would say, hey, you should see the person that I saw. So I wasn't really seeking it out or seeking patients out. But now I'm at a point where it's like, I really want to be practicing more.
What was the impetus to you wanting to have more of a private practice?
I am currently transitioning out of practice in the United States. I will still be practicing telehealth, but with the goal of transferring myself to another country. And I wanted to get established with using the six-figure mentor makeover to get the best foundation possible so I could have my telehealth practice in place and the speaking engagements and a plan, packages, or at least an idea of what I want to do while I'm making that transition over to Ghana.
And what would you say made you pull the trigger to be a part of the mentorship?
It was just the right time. All the things came into place where it's like, okay, now is the time, because Chen, I've been seeing you for years. I've been well aware of your program and going, I actually have you gave me a book years ago, a little pamphlet on the introverted practitioner. I read it a long time ago. It was me just saying, no, now I'm ready for this. So, and then I reached out to find out more, and I'm so glad I did.
As you were making the leap to be a part of the mentorship, any hesitation?
No, not really. I guess the only real hesitation, if I have to call it that, is, oh my, where am I going to find the time? But that's just the theme of my life. I just knew this was something I had to do because me scribbling out ideas and trying to figure out what do I start with first and having no real trajectory, that was getting old really quickly. And this program just seemed to be just perfect for what I was trying to do.
What's changed for you that you're excited about?
I'm a lot clearer about what I want to do with my clients. It's very exciting because now that I have very solid ideas, there's the building that out. And now I have a very clear plan. I'm lining everything up. And now it's just putting everything in order, but all the pieces are there. So that's been like the most exciting part for sure. It's just, yeah, now you have things in place.
What did you feel like the mentorship helped you with?
There is this, oh, I have so much to say. What do I start with? What do people want to hear? And this mentorship has definitely helped me hone in on that. Helped me with creating a signature talk in that, and this is the part that really surprised me. They're eating it up.
How is this different from other business trainings that you've had in the past?
Oh, this is so much different from other business trainings I've had in the past because of the level of engagement. The assignments, at least for me, they really help because I could go and sit in a seminar and they tell me this is what worked for me by my book, and that's it. Good luck. And there was none of that here. It was, how are you doing? Oh, I don't know if I'm doing this right. Immediate feedback and suggestions and critique. So it was, what's the word? The interaction was so much more in this program than any other business seminar I've taken before. And that level of support really helped.
What was this mentorship like for you as an introvert?
I love treating people, but the whole schmoozing thing is not me. I can't put that kind of energy forward because I like to give my full energy. So it has to be focused on a small number of people, not spread out. Like, yeah, I don't work the rooms. So this was good for me because as an introvert, because it gave me a way to engage the public in a way that I'm comfortable, that makes sense, and that will help them. I don't have to be out there emceeing, or yes, I have to do Instagram, but there are ways for me to do Instagram where I was like, oh God, I got to do Instagram. I didn't have that as an introvert, even to say, oh, I can do this, even if I'm not putting myself out there that much. This tool, this idea that I learned in the mentorship program, just doing this one thing will just create all kinds of sparks. Just do it a certain way. So as an introvert, that was very, very helpful. I didn't feel worn out from trying to be super social, this program.
And how has this mentorship helped you with confidence with getting booked for opportunities, like speaking opportunities, or developing relationships with providers?
I've never been shy about reaching out to people because I don't feel like I'm selling anything. It's like, no, we can partner. That's different. Not what do you give me, but how can we help each other? That's never really been an issue. It's like, I know this has to be done. But this mentorship program has, again, helped me focus on specific topics. That's what I liked about this program, is that it's like you're looking at does that provider need? So this has really helped me with that aspect, as far as focusing on a topic that provider themselves that they can attach to and they can lead on to.
And tell us a little bit about your private practice currently, as far as what services you offer and what you charge.
My services at my private practice are to offer, I offer 15-minute free consults, because I do understand that people may not be aware or fully aware of, well, what is a naturopath? I think this person can help me, but I don't know how. If you tell me what's going on, 5 minutes, I give you feedback and we plan from there. From there, I offer a comprehensive new patient intake. Those are normally from usually an hour to, they could be 2 hours long. It just depends on the complexity of the case, because I have to find out what's going on with you. And that initial patient intake is $450. After that, there are follow-up appointments, they can vary. It just depends on the amount of time that's taken. And like those can be from 15 minutes to an hour. It just depends on what's going on with that patient. And those follow-ups, they are from $75 and up. And they usually don't go over $150, because I am being cognizant of people with cancer having a lot of expenses, and I'm trying to keep my pricing as low as I can to accommodate that. Some other services I offer, I do full laboratory evaluation and interpretation, only in the states where I'm licensed. So a patient that gets lab results and they can read them, but they don't know what that means, their oncologist may go over it with them and they still don't know what it means. So my job will be to give that information to me. I'll dissect it and digest it, and then I'll provide you the layperson interpretation of what's going on. And then we have that discussion of, let me make sure you understand what's going on so you can make the most informed decisions that you can. And those are $300. And that's just a flat rate.
What was your favorite part of the mentorship experience?
Surprisingly, was interacting with the other members. I thought that part was going to be the one I liked the least. It's like, I don't want to talk to people. No, I was definitely looking forward to it as we progressed, because that part was just so incredibly helpful, to have that, just bouncing it off of other people who were trying to do the same thing I'm trying to do, even in different modalities, but with a similar goal. I enjoyed a lot interacting with the other practitioners. Number one was the camaraderie. So it wasn't I didn't get a sense of any kind of competition or negativity or judgment, nothing like that. Everyone just seemed so excited to give feedback and have feedback given to them. The other, I guess the second below the camaraderie, would be just the perspective of other practitioners in other modalities. It could have been an acupuncturist or a chiropractor or even another naturopath that does something completely different from me. just to have that insight from a holistic practitioner on what their take is on what I was doing. And every single time it was just, wow, I didn't think about it like that. Every single time. So then it got to as we were progressing through the mentorship, I was actually anticipating the breakout.
Awesome. What would you say your stance is about cancer?
It's a little shocking that the current statistic in the United States, specifically the United States, is right now 1 in 3 people in this country will get cancer at some point in their life. And that's a lot of people. And to get ahead of that with prevention and everything, yes, there are other people for that. I do educate on that, but I'm here for those 1 in 3 that are already dealing with that. For one, what the heck is going on here? I have an idea because, like I said, in the United States, you don't see these statistics in a lot of countries for a lot of reasons. So my stance on it basically is, well, we have to get around what conditions, environmental issues, emotional, mental, chemical, environmental, that you have been exposed to as an individual that led to this, and how do we correct that lifestyle? It's not a battle, it is a healing. That is a completely different way to approach it, because when you're fighting something, you're just stressing yourself out even more and feeding the cancer, ironically. But if you're healing from it, that's a lot of things that you have to, it's not easy. You have to heal from a lot of different things in order to address that. And so I don't know, maybe it's just a nice little warning bell that, look, people, we need to calm down and get back to the way things are supposed to be. And that's the innate wisdom of the body just reacting in a negative way to a negative situation.
What's your vision when you are in Ghana now?
Wow, that's a big one. So ultimately, the reason why I initially was like, okay, I'm ready to do this mentorship program is because I want to practice telehealth in several states on the West Coast, so that I can actually fund my projects in Ghana. So I will be establishing a practice there, but it will be funded by my telehealth practices.
What inspired you to want to move to Ghana?
Oh, I was inspired to move to Ghana because of the abundance of opportunity. There's a lack of barriers that I have to contend with here. It is a growing pains type of thing, or culture shock, actually, because it is a different medical system. But it's a culture, mentality, just conditioning of, we will help you. You belong here with us. And we want you to bring all of the skill set and your American mentality here to help us build out this country in the way you can contribute. And that is just a theme over there everywhere you go. And yeah, this wasn't a knee-jerk emotional reaction. This has been almost 3 years in the making now that I'm doing this.
Wonderful.
Yes. Now from there, I'm connected with an NGO, and we're going to start setting up clinics in rural areas to train women in rural areas to do basic healthcare, but naturopathic basic healthcare, things that they have available to them. That would include me getting familiar with their traditional medicine, so I can show them, it's like, well, you know this, so let me show you how to use it in a scientific way, something they can hold on to. But then train them, and they would have to commit to either 6 months to 1 year being retrained. That depends on what the country's laws are. I'm still learning all of this and getting everything figured out. Because the reason why a lot of these programs actually fail is you go in, you train these people, and they disappear, and there's no retraining. So there is going to have to be follow-up. And the ideal is we train a certain amount of women in a community, and then they train other women in the community so that they can sustain their own healthcare and possibly even just build their own practice. Eventually, some of these, I would imagine, they will become nurses and doctors themselves, because now they've been trained and they're exposed to this, and it's like, wow, this is what I'm meant to do. So ultimately, it'll just be like this spectrum of, we have a satellite in one place and it just blossoms, a satellite somewhere else and it just blossoms, because right now in Ghana, everyone is just moving to the city center because that's where all the opportunities are. So I want to take my US American mentality and go, I want to go in the opposite direction. because that's where all the opportunities are going to be, because there's going to be that need out there because everybody's flocking to the city. So yes, it's a big plan, and I just keep telling people, and as I tell people, more people want to help me do this. So yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's really exciting. What made you choose Ghana in particular? Do you have family or friends or in there or in the country or?
So I surf, and I said, well, wherever I go, they have to have a coast. Okay, found a coast. There's a lot of coast in there. Okay, do they have surfing? Because just because they have a coast doesn't mean they don't have jagged rocks that can kill me. Oh, they have surfing. Huh, what's going on with Ghana? I never hear about it on the news. Then I found out it's because it's so prosperous. It's coming up. It's one of the most successful developing countries in Africa right now. Kenya and South Africa are actually emulating the plans that they have, or their structured growth plan that they're using there. So that was mainly why I picked it, just because it's never being talked about. Because unfortunately, U.S. media, if it bleeds, it leads. So you don't hear about the positive because it's boring. And just from there, I researched the country, and happened to be that the year that I researched it was called the Year of Return, where Africans in the diaspora, so anybody that was taken from that continent, enslaved somewhere else, you're all welcome back. And so that was the Year of Return, and they were just giving people who had been from other countries, Africans from other countries, British Africans, Caribbean Africans, African Americans, that had been in the country for, I think, 6 months or more. And they gave them a fast track to residency. And that program is being extended because they really are trying to get the best and the brightest to come into the country and help develop it. A new initiative that the U.S. is engaging in to actually provide grants and government funding for African Americans to go over there and start businesses and help build up the country, because the opportunity is so big there right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The good timing of a lot of different things, huh?
Yeah, it's one of those, oh, wow, there's the path. When you go off the path, you feel it. When you're on the right path, it's just absolutely incredible how, wow, just all these things that are just there. Almost like, okay, can this clue be big enough? Yeah.
Yeah, like wonderful opportunity and bring your knowledge and expertise to grow and bring it to the country. So awesome.
Very exciting. A lot has happened in 2 months. Oof.
What was it like for you to have the done for you templates and scripts?
They were invaluable because there wasn't a whole lot of, I don't know where to start, because it was already started for us. And that helped me so much. But that, I don't know how much of that could have been accomplished without those templates and having the homework that we had to be prepared to actually have those well thought out discussions.
If you knew then what you know now, what advice would you give?
Don't make assumptions of how people will perceive you or what you think people want. Just ask them. Have a very succinct way to ask them. Don't show up confused and all over the place. So that would be the take home. Don't make assumptions. You'd be very surprised if you just said, that actually might not turn out the way you think it will if you actually say something. For sure.
Love it. What would you say to someone who might be on the fence about being a part of the mentorship?
Oh boy, if I was talking to someone who was on the fence about doing the mentorship, oh, should I do it? Oh, should I not? Oh, that's a lot of money, this, that, and the other. It's like, no, you have no idea. You invest in yourself. That is something that can easily be wasted on Starbucks, that amount of money, without even trying. And the takeaway is invaluable. And it is a very robust program. I definitely felt like I got what I paid for, and then some. Actually, way more than some. So yeah, I would definitely, you should, if you're struggling, if you really don't want to reach out to, if you're having the introvert thing where you're just not trying to be all super social. I'm not saying being a hermit, but no one's trying to be Beyonce either. And this was that perfect place to one, just, okay, being introverted is okay, and there's a way to function in it. But yeah, go ahead and do this. You won't regret it.
Yeah, there's nothing like educating more people about your expertise and putting yourself on the map that way more too.
Oh, absolutely.
Any final words of wisdom that you'd love to share?
Don't be afraid to take a chance. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Still have critical thinking and contemplation, but don't convince yourself out of good opportunities that will definitely help you grow and be more successful.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today and sharing your journey. I can't wait to see how this year unfolds for you and as you transition to being there and doing telehealth as well. So congratulations. And for those of you who are listening who might feel like you're at a plateau in your practice, and you just feel like you're capable of so much more, something's bubbling up inside you where you feel like it's time to be stepping up in a bigger way in your practice to help more people and continue to bring a good stream of income to your practice, then feel free to reach out to us at introvertedvisionary.com and book a free chat, see how we can help you with growing your practice to be even more fulfilling and also accelerate your growth too. So till next time, and thanks for joining us.